called Start. Hello and good afternoon. There's nobody here. What's happened? Did no one get the memo?
That's amazing. Oh, brilliant. Okay, we can just have a chat, I guess. Oh, two people. Hello, the two people who've just joined. Appreciate it.
Scotty, right. He's in the way.
Oh,
actually.
Could do with some organic cream, if you don't mind, the double cream.
Yeah, I'm all right actually. I'll tell you what's good in Waitrose now is actually they do actually have a cheap range now, which makes it same price as a normal supermarket.
Okay.
Like Sainsbury's have like Stamford Street where it's got the really plain sort of labelling, and then Morrison's has like Savour stuff. The Waitrose has got their own budget range now.
I didn't realise it's okay. I'd never heard of Stamford Street. I thought we were talking about a particular branch, but
no, it's like it's their cheapo range, for people like me really who just don't want to pay for the branding, And,
I think it's quite good actually. We can obviously just talk about domestic stuff like that at the moment because no one seems to be watching apart from Scotty.
Well, he's getting you cream anyway.
Nice one, Scotty. That'd be great.
I'm not sure how he's going to deliver it, but
no, just you can put a photo of it into the Discord if you like.
Right. What is that now? Okay. Right. Anyway, God, there's no point showing you anything, is there? Because just you know it all, don't you?
Well, not really. I put on a bit of a bit of a front on that score. I think,
we're all winging it.
I blag it.
I like the idea that everybody in life is like completely winging it. Sort of like, even But it gets scary when you think about, that could be like pilots and stuff like that. That's probably where
they're literally winging it, aren't they?
I bet you that's where the expression comes from. Actually, I bet you that's to do with probably like training Spitfire pilots. Because didn't they get like 1 hour's training or something?
Probably, and just chuck them up into the skies. So off you go.
But I know a lot of the expressions are military and stuff like that, like chocks away. That's
yeah.
the chocks that used to go under the wheels of the planes, and then on a big string, and then
the blocks, I guess.
Anyway, so
this could become the etymology channel. That'd be kind of fun. That'd actually be really bloody fascinating, to be honest.
I tell you what, I'm going to find it actually, because I'm actually totally obsessed with the channel on YouTube. That it's just brilliant. I mean, I've always known that I've always liked. Hang on. Actually, hang on. There you go. Right. Right. I found it. I've always been aware that I've been into, like, I'm not any good at languages, but I kind of like them, and I like things like, I find it interesting, like, say, like in Welsh, how like churches eglwys, whereas English it's church. Sorry, in Welsh, so the word for church rather is eglwys, where in English it's church, and Scottish it's kirk. And you think, oh, eglwys is a bit like église in France, and église are in Spanish, so it's a romantic word. So how come, well, you can probably guess, but which ones take on the Germanic stuff and all that. So I'm sort of interested in languages and how they've evolved and stuff like that. And even if you learn like the Greek alphabet, and to be honest, most of us know that anyway from maths, don't you? Like a pi symbol is going to be a P sound, and a omega is going to be a O sound, and like a sigma is going to be a S sound. So if you actually learn the Greek alphabet, which is harder in lowercase, by the way, but if you learn the Greek alphabet and how to pronounce it, and look at a Greek word and say it, it normally sounds like a word in like Spanish or French, or so I've always been aware that I've had a great interest in languages and stuff, and these are brilliant. This guy Rob, he's from Derby. Right. He's got his own channel called Rob Words, and he just talks about words and stuff, and this girl Jess Safaris, she's from I think sort of like Michigan, Pennsylvania, somewhere like that, not North America, and she's got this channel called Words Unraveled, and they do like collabs and stuff like that. It'll be like Rob Words and Words Unraveled, and they talk about stuff, and like some are really, really funny. The dynamic of the two is really good, because like Jess is quite sort of like naughty and likes rude words and swear words. And like Rob just like blushes all the time, and he's sort of like, there's one about sex.
Can't say that.
There's one about sex words, and it was so funny. It was like, he was just going bright purple at one point, but I always listen to this when I'm just a bit just waiting for something to happen, and I absolutely love it. It literally is about etymology, and it's like
I think that sort of thing can become very addictive, especially when it's in like bite-sized.
Absolutely.
Sort of chunks, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, better talk about this other addictive stuff as well.
So otherwise, Scotty will depart in utter boredom, and then it'll just be us two.
Probably looking for his fresh oregano now, thinking like, that's safe. Like, I knew what he was talking about. I'm gonna use more oregano in my cooking and actually, enjoy the taste of it rather than paying 22 quid for a little bottle of it.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, there's all sorts of things like that. I mean, gosh, I'm actually quite glad I joined this live stream today now, because learning things like so far these are useful things,
what
that I can. Well, I made a note of that etymology channel for one thing.
Oh yeah.
And now use fresh oregano in your cooking. Don't just buy the expensive stuff in the bottle, I guess. Do you mean like the dried? Well, I suppose the dried herbs aren't going to be 22 quid yet, but
I don't know. To be honest, it's probably something to do with the concentration of it or something like that makes it do stuff, But I mean, I mean, Scott is probably cursing me now, but like a lot of that stuff is to do with like, you know, mad concentrations of stuff, you know. But there again, if you have one drop in a pint of water, it's not going to do much. I don't know. Anyway, but
Yeah.
you know,
I
a
mean,
lot of those.
if you wanted to, Scotty, just take a photo of what's in your shopping trolley and post
Analyze it.
that. We'll go through it. You know.
I think that would make a fascinating TV show. Actually, just get a random person, look at their trolley, and then work
What's
out
in your trolley. Yeah.
You know, work out what they're all about. You know, and I think they did it. They used to be something like that in the newspaper, didn't they, or something? It was like in the Sunday Times or something where they'd like, "What's in your shopping trolley?" I think they did it with Jeremy Clarkson, and there was nothing in it apart from beer and cigarettes.
Yeah. So I mean, I often take a sneaky look at like what other people are buying. If I'm in Waitrose or wherever, just like, oh, okay, you know, oh, they're not buying the organic things. They're gonna just, I don't know, get some dietary disease or something and suffer from that later or whatever. But you know, just it's good to be like really judgmental about people in the shopping queue.
Well, to be fair, you can actually sort of tell sometimes, can't you? You know, like I don't know, I'm not sure what you can say online, but anyway, there was two ladies I saw in Aldi the other day, and let's say that they probably hadn't looked after themselves quite as well as they could have done. I think they were only probably in their 20s or 30s, you know, and their shopping trolley was just like full of like fish fingers and pizzas and all that sort of stuff, you know. And I overheard I overheard them talking, and one said, "Ah, Pete, he's told me to get some Mediterranean vegetables." You go, "What's that then?" So I don't know. I'm gonna have to phone him. So then I saw her on the phone, and she said, "All right, it's peppers. What did it say? Peppers, courgettes, and I can't think what the other thing was now. It was quite a normal vegetable. It was like what would it have been? I don't know. I can't remember now. But she so the other one says like, "Where are we going to get that from then?" You know, and I couldn't resist. I said like, "The veggies over there, just near the front door." You know, they went, "Oh right." And then I saw them over there because I went over there to get some as well. And they were sort of looking like really confused, looking at the fresh veg, and we were like, "Oh, I ain't gonna get none of that crap." And it was like I don't think they'd ever actually even bought a potato ever, or you know, it's like, oh dear, it was quite shocking actually. It was anyway.
Yeah, it sounds actually. So,
but yeah, anyway, as you say, it's easy not to be massive. No, easy to be completely judgmental at other people's shopping.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Kaz is just saying, "Don't make me more hungry. I've no food in at all. The cupboards are bare. Taking inspiration and off shopping after this." Yeah, we should do like a
shop.
I don't know, like a Discord community shopping trip. Just go grocery shopping, not like get together to talk about trading or anything like that, but just to go to Waitrose and just, you know, get some supplies in.
No, that is a ridiculous idea, but it's the sort of thing that would actually make a good video, wouldn't it? You know, if like, you know, a bunch of traders got together and talked about their eating habits and stuff, it would actually be. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, look.
So anyway,
so yesterday when we were nattering away and stuff, and I went, yeah, I've actually gone long, right? And I think it was towards the end of the show. I can't remember, but sure. That was bloody good actually, wasn't it? Because I can't remember where it was, but the price are quite low. But it's just done the same again. So what happened?
Walk through it. So what's that? So is that 3 minutes on the left that you're looking at?
1 minute, 3 minute, and 12 minute. Okay.
Okay, sure.
In that order.
Oh, that retracement level worked out rather nicely.
Absolute banger. On the 3 minute also did that as well. 12 minute, nothing like that yet. But you see what happened here was basically got a super up trend shield, so hang on a bit. Brilliant trend shield bit. I mean, and I've kind of learned with the 1 minute, just to wait a bit really, because sometimes it will try and double bottom or do what it did here and just come down further. But we were so close to that retracement, you think it was probably going to go for it anyway, and it did. And then we got another green background, and boom, off it went. So that's going up now.
Yeah.
This one here on the 3 minute, we've got 2 super ups in a row, came down to that retracement there, absolutely beautiful.
That's interesting as well. Is on the middle one, the 3 minute, so that retracement level looks like it's bang in the middle of another retracement channel.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a funny old thing, isn't it? When it works out.
I must admit, I've been taking note of these things, because I know you get upset when I don't. So
I mean, I know that there's a certain amount of not cynicism, but like, I don't know, dubiousness. Was Sir in a dubious frame of mind, when we were initially talking about the retracement channels? I mean, I was as well. At first, I was thinking like, well, are these going to be useful or aren't they? But it is like, the more that you kind of see that, the patterns that they plot out, the more you sort of think, oh, actually, yeah, they've got their eye on the ball. Or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of dubious at first, because I'm thinking like, well, the more retracement levels we've got, or whether they be bullish or bearish or whatever, but like the more we've got, then surely that just makes it like more obvious that it's going to go there, because there's more of them. It's like a giant dartboard. You're not going to miss.
That's true. It could be anywhere between 0 and 126,000.
Yeah. So I wasn't too keen at first, but I must admit, this kind of thing is where you get this confluence between different things. Like you see a retracement level, and you see a mid of a parallel.
The fair value thing.
What's it called? Of a
50% line. It's a fair value level.
What are they called?
Retracement channel.
Retracement channel. Right.
Yeah.
No, is that right? Retracement channel.
Well, the whole thing is, so between the bullish at the bottom and the bearish at the top,
right,
and then the 50% is the fair value zone, or fair value level. It's kind of a zone because there is a bit of a range there.
Okay. That's what we're going to call it, is fair value level.
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't quite have a sort of oomph to it, but it's exactly what it is, though. So like, because if the price is trying to be pulled up towards whatever's going on up at that top level, and it's also being pulled down towards the one at the low as well. So if there's equilibrium, then it kind of evens out in the center. That's when it's a fair value. So balanced market and that sort of thing. So you can kind of see from that then whether things are kind of just a bit overpriced, which usually does mean the price. I mean, it increases the probability the price is going to come down. But then you kind of see that if it tries to, and like it has there, it's rejected off that 50%, the fair value level, and then it's like, oh, is it going to try again? Is that going to be its double bottom? Is it going to just stay in that upper range, the premium top half? If so, that suggests there's a bit of strength there, and we could see some upside. So they're really good for just getting an overall feel of the market strength in either direction at a given time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see, the thing here is, at the moment, this is why I like having a 12-minute on as well, because the one's obviously good there, but that's come back a bit now, and 3-minute also. But yeah, that's not a surprise really, because the 12-minute, the trend is, the convergence band is still sort of going negative really. So, you'd want that to start showing some signs of life before selling your house and putting your money on red, wouldn't you? And on green.
Yeah.
So it's coming down again anyway. I completely cocked this up yesterday. Well, not completely actually, but what I did was, so when was that? So our stream was 1 o'clock yesterday, wasn't it? So I mean, it was, yeah, the entry was brilliant. It was like when was it? So we started talking at midday. So I think we were down here somewhere, weren't we? That made sense. 2 o'clock. We didn't go on to 2 o'clock, did we?
We did talk for quite a long time yesterday. It was a long live stream. Yeah.
Okay. So I went long down here somewhere, you know. Now what I actually did, and this is why I put all them screenshots in the Discord, because basically on the previous day, I'd taken a bit of a loss here, taken about a $90 loss when the price came down a bit more rapid than I expected it to. So on the way back up, what I did is when we got like a few of these little pumps, I took a little bit of profit, and then I kind of, when it pulled back, I put it back in, and then I did that several times actually, just to get my $90 back, you know, which I did, and some obviously, and then this morning I woke up and we were right up here, and it was great, and I was like, you know, a few $100 in profit, and it was all brilliant. And I was thinking, that is so Bart Simpson-y. Well, I mean, to be honest, I was just looking at that bit. Let's get a pen.
Sure.
That's not a pen. That is. Ooh, stop it.
Right. Let's go on.
Right.
So the bit to the right. Yeah.
So I was looking at the Bart Simpson sort of thing there, and I was thinking, it's got to come down, surely, you know. And then,
in fact,
well,
it did interact with that retracement level. Just
it did
at the neckline. I guess, yeah.
It did, and that's only the 1 minute. It's really weird. So obviously, what I failed to notice as well was the fact that the whole thing is a bit of a Bart Simpson, really.
It's Bart Simpson's kind of secret younger brother they keep in the basement or whatever, sort of Goonies style, I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, so what I'd done was when I woke up this morning, it was about when I opened my computer, let's say, the price was about here, you know, sort of, and I was thinking it's just going up, you know, and so I did think that it's gone up so rapidly overnight. It's bound to come down. So I opened a little bit of a short there, and the price kept going up and up, and I was thinking, oh bollocks, you know, I sort of done that wrong. So I actually cut the short about there.
Sorry, I lost the punchline then because I got distracted by an email that came in, which I'll mention in a second. But
right, okay. So basically, what I'd done, I'd gone short about here, right?
Yeah.
And the price started going up, and I was thinking, I've done that wrong. So I closed the short, took a loss, and then the next thing it did was, boom, down there.
Yeah.
That was really annoying.
What percent into a loss were you on that? Because
it was about 10%.
Okay, yeah.
It was about another $90, like the $90 I lost yesterday, you know. But
yeah,
I mean, overall, what I'd made on the way up, sort of, you know, covered it and some. But like, but the annoying thing was not the loss, but if I'd have kept in the short, I mean, it just came down like, you know, 1.25 cents. So I'd have got it all back, you know.
Yeah,
anyway.
For sure. I mean, I did a similar sort of thing with. I was actually. Yeah, on the 1 minute scalping thing, I think it's Wednesday, but using Bollinger Bands on Pippin, you know,
okay,
and lost $30 because I had it all set up. I was thinking, like, I'm just going to wait until the price comes up to the top, the BB upper level, you know, the standard deviation thing, and then so pops above that line, comes back down. So as soon as it comes back down, just enter a short. And it had been ranging quite nicely before that, so it was just repeatedly going up, down, up, down, up, down through the range. And this time obviously didn't. The one where I choose to place a short. And it kind of went up a bit more, and I was thinking, like, I'm not going to move my stop loss. I'm not going to move my stop loss. And of course, it stopped out, which is the sensible thing to do, because already I was like looking at it. I was thinking $30 is going to get more. It's going to be more. Then before I know it, it'll be $1,000. And just then it's sunk cost fallacy and so on, and just what are you going to do? So. But obviously, as soon as it got stopped out, the price came down, and it turned into. I really should, because I had time to go again with a better entry, but sometimes you just don't. It's the thing, you think, I'm going to retreat into the corner and lick my wounds, So instead, so yeah, that it. Sort of happens from time to time, but it's the whole thing about just taking that as one in a series of trades, isn't it? Yeah. Rather than this, I'm going to use this one to kind of prove my worth, and if this trade fails, then I absolutely suck. If this trade goes well, then I absolutely rule. It's also so emotional. It's like getting the emotion out of it and just saying, well, okay, that one went wrong. Make a note. That's trade 1 out of 10 or whatever. Because if I had just gone again, then it would be fine. But as it was, I did the emotional thing on that one. When I've gone, I suck. But how it goes. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I was doing it on this Bitunix account on my other computer, and this is the account that I had. Like, it was hovering around like $300-400. During the last campaign, and I was trying to get my trading volume up, so I'd get the trading volume bonus. Which I did. I got it to a reasonable level, but the actual account didn't increase much. It went from about 300 to about 450. So I was really pleased last night, because I looked at what the account was worth. It was worth over 1,000. I was thinking, brilliant! I've actually almost tripled the account in about a month. But because of my idiocy, it's now down to 750, but even so, that's all right, isn't it? It's doubled, hasn't it?
Still a profit.
Yeah, doubled in about a month, so I'll keep at it. And I think I'm probably going in a bit too hard with this. This is why I keep making mistakes, because I'm trying to increase it as fast as possible, and I should just go easy, really. Anyway, should we do the usual? Do you want to whip through the comments, and then we'll get on with the show?
Yeah, there aren't any. We've kind of covered them all, to be honest.
What the comments? Oh, was that it?
Yeah. Oh, that was the last one.
Okay.
If you're still around, Kaz, and Scotty, if you're still driving, then probably focus on the driving. If you're back, then take a moment from quickly getting the frozen stuff into the freezer to let us know how you're doing. Well, but both of you, really, and anyone else who's watching. I did notice that at the moment, everybody who's watching is on YouTube, which is quite unusual, because we normally have, higher numbers generally, but more people watching on X.
I was suspecting that thing we were talking about isn't working. No, it says you're live.
Yeah. So not sure what's out there. I think maybe it's just Friday. I notice that there do tend to be not as many people watching on a Friday.
Yeah,
it might just be that. But,
you're live. Don't know. Oh yeah, and obviously. Is there any trade setups to watch out for? I think there's a long incoming myself, actually. But
quite possibly.
I would love to hear Maff's interpretation of the charts. So let's do this. great, that jingle, because it's just long enough to just go and nip off and get a drink of water, actually, which I'd forgotten to do.
Yeah, it's very important to do that too. So yeah, okay. This is Bitcoin on the daily. I suppose we start on the daily. I'd actually been playing with the settings a bit in here. So like with the length that the Quadzilla retracement levels run for. So just to illustrate that just for a second, make that draw step 2 until the number of bars, 800. There you go. So as you can see from that now, that level just goes all the way to that, and so price came down to meet that predicted level on 5th of February, and that of course was 62.5. That was pretty much the low, isn't it? Apart from the wick. Was that the overall? No, not the overall low. Okay, but oh no, it was. Sorry, what am I talking about? So we hit the high of 126, and you can kind of see from that yeah. So Quadzilla actually predicted the low of the overall price move down from the all-time high so far. Like, as in the close of the daily price. So that's quite nice. And since then, the price has obviously done this thing. It's been kind of doing this funny sort of ranging thing that's not very convincing. We've got a bit of a higher low going on, but we've also got lower highs going on. So compression. Is that what would that be? Bear flag, bear pennant, maybe? Because it's kind of a symmetrical triangle, isn't it? More or less.
If it's triangular, if it's a triangular, it's a pennant, and if it's rectangular, it's a flag.
Makes sense.
I think that's the difference. I think
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, makes absolute sense, to be honest. But like looking on this, just go to the 4 hour. Maybe we'll draw that in. Yeah, we've got the Giganto wick going on there, but
mind you, what's a wedge in that case?
Oh,
when is a wedge not a pennant? When is a pennant not a wedge?
No, I'm so confused. Yeah, so we've got this. If we do that, and click the wrong thing there. Thank you. And do that. Is that valid? I think that's valid. I've probably drawn that a bit. Well, I've drawn it very zoomed out for some reason. But yeah, so
depends who you are, really.
In what sense?
Well, if you're Victoria Duke from Tory Trades, she only seems to use 2 touch points, but then makes that kind of valid by sort of using the latest touch point for another touch point on a different time frame, which is quite strange, but it seems to work for her anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've been getting quite into seeing trends as kind of going through a range, like skewering ranges and things much more lately, because and I think a lot of that has been from the retracement channels that we talked about earlier. So just kind of realizing that that this you get kind of a 50% line going through pretty much everything, or you could view it as maybe a point of control going through everything. So where the overall, whether it's just the price or the volume or whatever, kind of just averages out wherever that is kind of the so you could get like a roving point of control going through the middle of a range. What is that? Is that just an EMA? That it probably work. Well, I mean, an EMA would kind of work out as that, but only in the sense that it's a smoothed out version of the price, but it isn't quite that. Maybe that's a new thing. Have I just invented something? I don't know. Or is it really obvious? not sure. But do you know what I mean? So like there'd be that range going down there. There'd be a kind of a centre line going through it. It may not be a straight line though, generally. But so as we kind of work, maybe if drop to the hourly then to look at that. So obviously the price kind of works its way up above it, works its way down below it, and the line is just kind of working its way down through the middle. So and then you could probably adjust it a bit to say, well, it's generally this or that. So and each time it's broken above that line, it's generally just come back down to it and kind of, in this case, touched, gone slightly below, tried again, rejected, down below the sort of, what do we call it, sloping center point of control thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, and if you actually use, for example, the parallel channel tool in TradingView, I mean, it does have the 50% line in there for a reason, because quite often like stuff does that, So I suppose in that case, it's a similar kind of idea, isn't it? You could pretty much have a parallel channel there, and
yeah, you could actually. I mean, that probably is exactly that what we're talking about.
Yeah, so it's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, except how I'm kind of seeing it is slightly different, because it's you could expect to see kind of like a moving average of that, except sort it. So not actually moving average. I'm just kind of thinking, if the price is above it, it goes all the way up to there, but below it the price is only there. So like an actual moving average of that. Sorry, no, not a moving average at all. An actual updated in every bar, kind of 50% of an average of the high and the low would be wherever it is. So this would be a very, very wavy line. It'd be all over the place. But you could kind of just skewer through the middle of that with a straight line, and that gives you something a bit more useful, really, because this does then give you the sort of are you bearish, are you bullish? I do find that the 9 EMA serves a similar function in any case. So generally, if the price is above the 9 EMA, then things are looking good. You wouldn't really, maybe, I don't know. I was going to say you wouldn't think about necessarily shorting one year above the 9, but obviously you're gonna, because that's the thing where the price is going to reverse. So that's invalid. But anyway, so down here you can kind of see this eventually breaks away from that kind of averagey trending thing, and works its way up. So above, that's just gone off on its own little adventure now, isn't it? Which is nice. So it's abandoned this sort of 50%-ish line. So for it to resume this, it's not going to resume that trend, is it? That's just done, isn't it? But if it were to, it would have to like come all the way down to there, like be there by that stage, 365. Also, the other thing, because this does represent a sort of equilibrium, it's a roving equilibrium. So you'd kind of expect the price to come below this to to roughly the sort of distance that it went above it. In which case, if that obviously this is moving in stage, but where the price is there, or where the point of control thing is there, it's above it by 3.48%. No, 3.4. Just call it 3.4. No, 3.42. So if we instead go, bloody hell, come on, where are you? There. It doesn't want to. It's my keyboard broken. So it's from there, wasn't it? Try again. There. Thank you. If it goes down by the same amount. Oh, it's off the chart. No, it isn't. It's 3.42, isn't it? That would be down to there. So they bring the price down to 63. Okay. but it might happen over here. So it's kind of when the price comes back down to this line, wherever it is, you could look at, well, okay, how far above the line was it ever when it was over here? So that would be 3.42 at that stage would be, oh, I accidentally clicked, but it'd be around there, 62.8. If all was fair in love and whatever, then the price would come down that distance below, as it did when it was last above, because it's snaking its way down, so we talk about winging it. I was just kind of making that up as we went along, but I think there's something in that. I'm sure there's lots of existing trading price analysis theory around that I've accidentally riffed off from some subconscious place. But I think that kind of, because it happens there. It's above the level there. I mean, whether we take into account the gigantic wick or not, but there, I mean, that was above by, say, 1.45. Oh, mind you, I measured it wrong, because I should be measuring up, shouldn't I? Because you get a different 1.7, and then below it went down to, depends how creative we get with, do we ignore the wick or not? But 1.7. So it kind of happens. You just got to measure it in the right direction, I think, each time, by like, how do you do it? Okay, you could look at it as, well, okay, when it broke above the line, there's all sorts of different ways to, you could say, well, it went up by, I don't know, 1.49. Here, as we saw, it went down by, do I wick or not? 1.49-ish. So, kind of the same. Yeah, might be something in that, I don't know. But if you're looking at like when you get kind of a downward trend like that, I don't think it is just let's measure the bottom of that, let's measure the top of that, and hey, we got ourselves a channel, which I often do. So yeah, don't know. But that said, there's a whole bunch of touch points on the way down, on that, and it's definitely lifted off. You could kind of see it happening there as well. That here it was, well, there as well is kind of touching down pretty solidly. I just drew the line wrong there. Touching down solidly, lifted off. Didn't actually close. For those more like there, it didn't close at the line or below it or whatever. And there, obviously, even further from the line. And so there's a kind of an early sign, really, that this puppy was speeding up on the runway and taking off, taking flight. So, and up she goes. So yeah, flying puppies. So,
tell you what, like you're looking at that on the
that's on the 1 hour. Yeah.
on the Bitunix chart, aren't you?
Yes.
Is
it well different on the index?
Well, no. I've started looking at the. I don't know how long you've known Bybit, but Bybit, when I started using it like 5 years ago, it only had about 5 coins on it. It was like it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and like EOS or something like that. It was really weird. Yeah. And so I only ever used to trade BTC USD on that. The USDT came along a lot later. So I've started using the BTC USD perpetual chart on Bybit. And that at the moment is showing a retracement level, a bearish one, at 67,743.
Should bring it up.
Which isn't on yours.
No, that's what I'm doing.
So you want BTC USD.
Bibbidi boos.
And then you want No, not that one. The one below it. So the BTC
okay, USD specifically.
Yeah, because that's got more data, because that's been in the exchange longer than that's weird. It's still not there, is it?
On the 1 hour.
BTC USD. Why the hell is that different?
What are you seeing?
Have
you got it on your screen at the moment?
It's on the other one. It's on the other computer, but I can get it on here. Hang on.
Sure.
I think I can anyway.
So it's definitely BTC USD perpetuals on the 1 hour.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Let me just. Right. So if I can I do this one? Do I have to remove you?
Yeah, sure. If you remove me, and then I guess
add me.
Yeah.
So it's got this level here. That's not on yours, is it?
Oh, okay.
What am I doing different?
Hang on. So BTC USD perpetual contract 1 hour. .p.
Are you on your dev version?
No. This is
1.7
professional quality Quadzilla V 1.71. So how odd! It's a funny old thing. I know. Yeah, I think it's 'cause I was messing with the settings. So like the these things. So if you got that on the default, draw step 2 until because I set that out to a very high number, so it does mean that some retracement levels don't really get a look in then, because it's still
what the length of them here.
Yeah, so if I reset that
to
the default, there you go. Well, you can't see it. You can't see what I'm doing, but yeah, I can now see the same ones.
Should we go back to your chart?
Sure. Okay.
Now we've cleared that one up.
It basically looks kind of like what you were showing, pretty much. So
that's really weird, because I don't know, because I was just thinking I was thinking right, the reason we haven't, when did that happen? That happened that was this morning, wasn't it? Right, so that's why it kind of stalled a bit and came back down, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just bring up the channels as well. Think for what it's worth. So then, because that gives us a nice level as well. You notice that the fair value level there ties in pretty much with that, and that was a just stormingly good retracement level there. Just touch down, amazing, and happened to also be the 50% level here. And as you can see, the price. So this is kind of what I was talking about before. That if you see the price kind of coming at trying to get to the fair value level, and in this case it didn't quite make it. So that tells you a lot about the strength of the market. So it kind of wanted to get to there, didn't quite manage it, headed back down. There's probably, although it hasn't drawn it in, there's probably also a fair value level going on between there and that one, which obviously just stopped plotting because it had done its thing. But the 50% level there is probably about there, isn't it, more or less? Shall I just where's the thing? Should put in a parallel channel for that. So kind of between that one, and
by the way, while you got this on the screen, it's obviously worth pointing out that we did actually get we did get a crossover of the 21 and 55 EMAs on the 1 hour this morning.
Yeah, was that 7 a.m.
Yeah, which is obviously a very bullish sign. Although I must say, what seems to happen on those kind of larger time frames, like the 1 hour, 2 hour and 4 hour, those sort of things, is when they do cross, the initial reaction is it kind of pulls back a little bit, which is kind of what it's done. So don't necessarily just pile in as soon as you see that, but
so you mean like this one specifically then, that 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. So it did, didn't it? Yeah. So you mean they crossed during what turned out to be a bearish candle, essentially, because there's a bit of faking out going on within that, isn't there? That because often when you see that just big move in a particular direction, and then along kind of like a rejection spike, rejection wick at the end, it tends to. It often does suggest that that's the end of the move. There's going to be a pivot there, and the price is just going to come back down. But there is obviously strength left in that yet. Lovely how that perfectly just aligned with the retracement level there, and then the price actually then sort of used that as that level as support, of course, just didn't want to come back down. So that then was probably a pretty good sign that there's more upside, in fact, and plus the EMA is crossing over very, very much, that too. Then eventually came up, and I was saying before, just kind of failed to get to that very significant 50% line, which meant, oh, that's probably it now. It's just like, it's like the trapeze artist, isn't it? Like reaching for the thing, the trapeze, and just missing it and falling. So it did that with that line. Didn't quite make it. Whoa, back down. But as it is, it kind of then this thing was. That wasn't drawn by Quadzilla, but I just drew it in because it might have been in a different universe, So came down to that 50% level, and showed a lot of strength there, because it didn't come all the way down to here, whereas you'd totally expect it to, because the probability would be very high that the price would come down to that level, because the price generally does come to these retracement levels. So in the cases where it doesn't, that's quite meaningful. You can take meaning from that in the sense that okay, there's more upside to come. Then there's still strength there, and in fact it pushed its way back up into the upper 50% of there, of that overall range. So it's still below the 9 EMA, which has come down pretty sharpish, obviously, with that move going on. So to continue to get more upside there, it would definitely have to get above the 9 EMA, and these kind of need to reset a bit, don't they? The 21 and the 55. The ideal thing would be if just with those two, if the yellow 21 kind of did a bit of that, and that meanwhile we're still doing a bit of that. I'm not trying to draw a swastika, honest, but and then just and then if that started to come up steeply, this started to turn up steeply, then whoomp is what you want, but there needs to be some price ranging going on here. Like, in other words, it needs to gather strength again. So if it came back down to this kind of like an accumulation range, really.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put that there.
That's right. Oh, is that Scotty's
that's Scotty's shopping, yeah.
Let's have a quick look. I find this far more interesting, to be honest.
So I didn't mean to do that at all.
No.
I was going to say
something at a subconscious level. It's just like I want to be.
I was going to save it for the end, But anyway, Guinness 0. Oh, okay. Are they Yorkshire puddings? Frozen Yorkshire puddings. I
nice.
think
decent bag of carrots. Are they the organic one? Yeah, Dutch organic. Yeah, they're the good ones, and the sweet potatoes. Because especially with veg generally, you kind of do want to get the organics, because you don't want them to just be laced with just bad chemicals, really. What do they put in them? God bloody hell! It was when you just get like, what do they put it on crops to stop the pest eating? Pesticides. Yeah. So yeah, they just become quite infused with pesticides and just other generally bad things and GMO type things. So, whereas if they're organic, then you don't get those. You just wash the shit off them, and it's all quite healthy, you know.
Or at least it says so, you know. And I'm quite lucky actually. My sister-in-law's got an allotment on the other side of town, and she gives me loads of like veg out of her allotment, which is brilliant. Anyway, right, sorry about that interlude there.
I mean, the organic kind of councils are absolute swines. I was going to say something else in a good way. Like they're almost militant in the way that they spring inspections on these farmers and so on, and they're extremely strict. I mean obviously the manufacturers do have to spend a hell of a lot of money to be labelled organic. So from their point of view, it's bad news, but from us, it's pretty good, you know. Anyway, yeah. So back to this. So it's seeming like obviously the price is up there at the moment. It's seeming like to get a strong upside, we would kind of want to see these EMAs reset. I mean, you know, they don't have to. The price might well just carry on up, and these will just do what they do. But it feels like maybe there needs to be some accumulation first, anyway, and that you know, like what happened here before the price just carried on up. And if we see that happening, if the price comes down to here, accumulates, then you would therefore expect to see the EMAs do a bit of a reset as well, so we can get that bullish crossover again when the price kind of heads up or starts to head up. So it's not so much we have to see this reset, it's more we kind of need to see the price action, the accumulation price action that would result in that reset of the EMAs.
Okay, so what in answer to WJM's question about
what was the question?
Is there a setup today sort of thing? I would be tempted to do a long soonish. The only thing that's putting me off at the moment is I was doing my. Shall I just put a screen up and just?
Yeah, sure. But what was the? I'm trying to find the question actually. This.
It's like
trade setups. Yeah.
Can you make some money for me?
Essentially, we'll certainly try.
Which is the reason we're all here, isn't it? Really, you know, to be quite frank about things.
We're all here to take risks.
Yeah, we're not here
share in the doom when we all kind of like.
Yeah, we don't give a toss about the tech. Don't give a toss about the tech. We're here for the.
Basically, yeah.
Anyway, let me just put my screen on. Oh, let's get rid of Scottish shopping. Hang on, and then find my share screen. It's weird when you sort of go like share screen. It doesn't actually automatically load you in, but if you share an image, it does. Or does it?
Bit inconsistent.
I don't know. Yeah. I didn't mean to put. Didn't really mean to put Scottish shopping up there.
It was a welcome interlude, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. No. To answer WJM. So I tend to look at things if I'm thinking about entering a trade. I tend to look at it on the 1, 3, and 12 minute timeframes, like what I was looking at earlier. And sure enough, when we started the stream, we were about here, weren't we? And it was on the 1 minute. It had come down to that retracement level there. That was looking quite good. we had the sort of like, you know, the super ups, and then the trend shield sort of disappeared, and it sort of went off on its own for a little bit. It drew another retracement there, which is now coming back down to actually. Now the thing is, here on the 3 minute, this was looking okay because we had the green backgrounds and the super ups, and it has come up a little bit. The thing that was bothering me though is the 12 minute. The 12 minute, the convergence band there was still coming down, you know, fairly rapidly. So, you know, on that slightly larger time frame, I know these time frames are tiny, but like, but they're
for intraday stuff. It's just
you know, that this wasn't looking like it was about to turn around and go up any time particularly soon, which it isn't, obviously. So I'd want to see something happening here to give me a bit more confidence that we're going to go back up. But at the same time, you know, it's just dumped a lot, so I wouldn't be shorting. What's worrying me a little bit here is the yellow and the green EMAs. They're getting a bit close, and if they cross over, then it might dump more. If they don't cross over, it'll probably go back up, and that'll probably be what I'm looking for. I'll be looking for these two getting really, really close, and then maybe not crossing. And if that happens, then it might go up. But now I'm looking at this, thinking like it's probably going to go down to this level here, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So does that line up with anything here? Not particularly. So when's that? That's coming back from last night. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'd be looking for longs around that area there, like 66.5. If we get down,
that seems actually. What are we at the moment? Yeah, 67.25 at the moment. So, yeah, that seems quite reasonable, is it?
Yeah, I think that's what I'd be looking for. Anyway, right, that was my bit. It's Friday, and should we talk about the thingy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
On Free Chippy Friday, we gather and munch golden fish and chips, the perfect lunch. By the seaside with girls in a flock, we savor the moment on Chippy Watch. Chippy Watch.
And
You
is that
caught
mine?
me not looking at Chippy.
Is
that yours? Oh no, it's still on yours, isn't it?
Is that mine? Oh, I thought I just swapped it over.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Right.
There you go, Chippy. No, what I was going to do, I was going to just pull up a comment from my friend
Mr. Delta, I believe.
who said, "I'm vaguely
I was wondering about this actually, because it's like, what?
He said, "What happens to Chippy now that TMG has quit crypto?" Okay, yeah, he did do a video yesterday saying like basically sold everything sort of thing, which he probably has, to be honest. So what happens to Chippy? I don't know, but I'm suspecting he's probably going to say it's not a good time to release version 2 when Solana's 50p, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I, as far as I know, the plans are still in place, but I don't really know what's going on there much. I'd probably say if you got Chippy, hang on to it and take part in Free Chippy Friday, because we got quite a lot of rewards last week because the price was low. So we'll get the same again this week, if not better, actually. So, you know, if you feel there is a future for it, I think there is. I think it'll happen one day. It's just like, I don't know. I don't really know why they're dragging it out so long, to be honest. Actually, it's getting to the stage now.
Just release it and be done. You know.
Yeah,
if it's ready.
Yeah. I know he wants to sort of catch the market when it's like really enthusiastic and stuff, and everyone's looking for the next big thing.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just not sure.
if their plan is simply to wait for the for the general, for the bottom to be in, and the next bull market, essentially, they should probably just say that. Otherwise, I mean that's it, if that's their plan. Because if it is currently that with the current market is just not worth releasing it yet, then I mean, I suppose that does rather imply they're going to wait quite a long time. In other words, it ain't round the corner. But they should probably just be a bit more forthright in saying that if that's the case.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Here is our roadmap. We're going to wait for the next bull market and then go chippy. But as it is, it's not quite that, is it?
Not really, no. But yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a nice bell curve almost that you've got going on there.
I almost said something rude there, but
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. But no. Oh God, so tempted to draw pictures, isn't it?
Yeah. Is this how is that bell curve ended? Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Well, we've got this midpoint here, sort of thing, and this
exactly.
baseline. No.
Oh, he's in trouble now. Yeah. The YouTube authorities are on their way.
Oh dear. Yeah. Oh God. I can't believe it's so long since I went to school.
Yeah, it's just, it does take you back a bit, though, doesn't it?
What, the old chalk on the back of your blazer? Let's draw a thingy.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. I just wanted to very quickly to say hi to the. Oh, okay. I was going to say hi to the one person watching on X. But it's actually one person watching on Mafftopia. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for watching there. I see that there's actually 4 people watching on the Save with Crypto channel on X. So whatever. Come over to Mafftopia, or watch on Save with Crypto on YouTube, which is kind of actually where the bulk of people are at the moment. But in any case, just hi, welcome, and let's carry on.
Or just get all your old phones out and watch it on everything all at once. That'll probably work.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah. All them phones that are in the drawer. All them old Android phones with lollipop on them. Anyway, probably better if you talk about it, isn't it? Really.
Don't know. I'm doing pretty well so far.
Okay. The 1 hour, yeah. I mean, I hadn't actually realised quite how well this had worked actually recently. But obviously we're seeing a lot of these like kind of retracements up here that it looks like it wants to go back and complete at some point. But obviously, on the great scheme of things, we're only really in this area here, aren't we? But I don't know.
It's about as bottomly a chart as you're likely to see this month or this year.
It needs something to happen, doesn't it? It needs something to happen. Yeah. I mean,
it's running on empty. Put it that way. Yeah.
I mean, from the all-time low, it is up 139%, which is okay, but probably not very comforting to people. Not very comforting for people like myself who bought in October 24, which was around about here. So
when the price seemed like a bargain as well.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, I was kind of aware that it had a bit of a pump that sort of end of the summer. Yeah, because I think it was Halloween that I got mine. Because I was in Tenerife. Yeah. We actually found like a Geordie fish and chip shop in Playa de las Americas, and we had fish and chips there. It's quite funny. But yeah, the price must have been up there really, and I suppose that was when Solana was about, God knows actually, sort of probably about $200 or $300, wasn't it then? I guess. So
yeah. Gosh.
So Yeah, so down quite a lot really. Definitely needs something to happen, but you know, I keep looking at the Telegram group, and you know, there's always someone there saying when version 2.
Yeah,
which was
I mean, the Telegram group is altogether quite effervescent.
It is. It's very positive.
You know, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing though, because it's just it's so, you know, it's so bubbly. It's like, where's the substance? You know, so good that they're lively. Good that there's positivity there for, you know, absolutely, just not knocking that at all. But it's all at the moment. It seems to be all bubbles and no substance, I think.
Yeah, it is. As my grandmother would say, flogging a dead horse.
A bit, yeah.
But I think it'll be all right. But we just got to wait, really. I can't see him doing much in the current climate when Solana's down at, like, you know, whatever it is, you know, $50, whatever it is. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah. Anyway, well, that wasn't very good, was it? That wasn't very positive, was it?
Bit depressing.
I am positive. I am positive about it. But something needs to happen, you know.
Yeah,
so,
sure. So I could have a quick look at the chart, and I mean,
yeah, sure.
Talk about flogging a dead horse, but I'll review and.
What are you saying? I'm not a dead horse.
Well, no, talk about probably labouring the point on Chippy a little bit. Oh, actually, this is still Bitcoin on the daily. After that, I might briefly come back to this, because, yeah, a couple of things I wanted to mention about the it. But where's Chippy? On the daily, yeah. Obviously, this is all the stuff that I kind of drew in before. Of course, was it 2 weeks ago, or was it just last Friday we were looking at this today? But essentially,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, essentially, pretty much what he said. You know, it ain't looking great. It's looking very very bottomly. So we had this kind of area here, the retracement channel there, marking out the sort of fair value zone, was kind of in agreement with the one over here, because it is, you know, it's marked out a bit of a range. Shall I just add even more to that? Just even more drawings and things. So that there, obviously it topped there. So we're going to start over here, which is there, maybe there, don't know. Bring that over. So it's kind of that, isn't it? Really, maybe a bit higher. Don't know. Yeah, it probably is that. So yeah, essentially we've got this range, which is, if I draw that a bit more creatively, we've got roughly the same distance above that 50% line as the distance below that one, and you can kind of see the liquidity kind of range anyway, and kind of there. So that it's just like, if it's going to go anywhere, it's got to get out of this kind of cheap zone, this like the lower 50% of all of that down here, but before it kind of before it is, you know, before any pump on there is particularly meaningful. I mean, to get up to there, that 50% line, we'd be talking about 106, just over 100% pump. You know, it's, for this kind of coin, that's probably quite easily doable, isn't it? But obviously, it's just got to happen. And effervescent belief in the Telegram group isn't quite going to get it there, I would think. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch that TMG video. I don't really watch his videos anymore, to be honest, since they banned me for no reason from their Discord, from the overall thing. But you know, so I'd be kind of interested to know what did he give reasons or anything like that?
Oh, it's just no. He just thinks the price of everything's going to crash massively, you know. So so he didn't want to make the mistake he did before of just hanging on to stuff and then hoping it'd go up, you know. I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, I've kind of done the similar sort of thing, really, apart from things I'm I'm bag holding anyway. You know.
Yeah. I mean, was there? Did he say what he'd put his kind of wealth into instead? Rotate into whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some properties and stuff that are sort of like, you know, rental properties in Thailand and the UAE.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a bit of that going on, and that's it really.
Yeah.
So don't know. Probably just has a big bag of cash. He did say he made a 9-figure loss last year, which sounded quite
severe.
Yeah.
Not great management. Well, it's all like with the benefit of hindsight, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose if my assets were at the same level as his, it probably would have been a 9-figure loss too. You know, so can't really criticise. We're all a bit blindsided, to be honest. I think by the general kind of not very goodness of that last bear market. I think that because like Aussie, just saying like, don't think we've actually had a full bull run yet. No alt season. I think to be honest, we probably have, and I think there was an alt season. It just wasn't very good at all. Like, you know, it's hardly a blip. So, you know, if you know what I mean, it's just it kind of happened, and we didn't really want to sort of believe that was it. You know, I mean, I know I didn't. I was thinking like, oh, this can't be over yet. Good things may still yet happen, but I think it's going to be more of a sort of. I should probably go back to like here, almost like a sympathy rally now, rather than a full-on thing. So these, let's draw that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this. So Bitcoin on the daily, we've kind of seen the price come down to obviously into that range, kind of just big old long-term order block right there. That the price is within now, and similar thing to really what was on the chippy chart just now. That if the price is going to recover convincingly, it needs to get up past this sort of level, and because that again, there's it is funny how similar those are. Those patterns are between this and chippy in that sense. So we've got this, if I draw it, parallel channel, draw it properly to there and then up. So from this bullish retracement level there up to maybe I could draw it to there, that bearish retracement level, that's one. So you can kind of see that kind of marked out an area. The 50% line, which I'm trying to move the mouse to, but obviously I can't at the moment. The dashed line is 50%. So if I go up to there, the dashed line is roughly at this area of liquidity just there, or slightly below. I could maybe take that up to, don't know really, there. They've got some little retracement levels going on there. Then the 50% line here, the fair value zone, is kind of basically where that was bottoming out along there. So distinct support level right there that ties in with the overall kind of equilibrium thing of the price trying to move to these levels that it marks out. So now that it's below here, that's obviously going to be resistance. So it's going to bounce off there, I would think, which happens to be at 85.1. But yeah, so what we were going to see is a big old big old relief rally at the end of the bear market. Itself hasn't really kind of played out yet, but obviously the longer it takes, just the less of a high that rally is going to make, and it probably will be a sympathy rally at that point. So, there you go. Well, thanks. that was rubbish. Like kind of everything else in this cycle so far. So I suppose one potential plus we could take for that is that maybe the low of this bear market now will be equally subdued, in the sense that it may not go down as much as people might have feared. Like, would there be a 70% drop, for example, which would be from the top.
It's about 40 something.
70. Oh, maybe actually. Well, yeah. 70 would be there. Oh no, maybe not. 36. I think if it was going to happen, it would be probably there. 40, maybe to 40, but it's quite possible that one way to look at this is thinking, if we find just the 50% line between, well, I suppose there, is that when was that? November 2022. Yeah, so the market low, and just draw even more things onto here now. So market low, which was more or less, was that right? 15.9k? Does that seem about right?
Yeah, sounds about right. Was that was 23, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah. Well, 22 there, but I think it ranged along into 2023. Yeah, up to pretty much the high. So have I got the right one? Yeah, that one. Whoops. Yeah, up to there. So the 50% line for that is 70.8. We've obviously dropped below that. So, and it is funny how that 50% line turned out in retrospect to be kind of the top of this ranging just here as well. So probably not a coincidence, so yeah, we'd kind of need to see the price just sort of at least get above that 70.8 level. But that, anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, that drawdown to that 50% level has been 43%, maybe 44. But obviously it's dropped further. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there. It's just, oh, yeah. Sorry, that's what it was. So it's a similar thing to what I was drawing out before, that the percent up there was, 77.2% up. What would it just take it down to 0 if I draw 77 down? I think I'm playing about a bit now. Take it down to 16, more or less. It's just I'd hit the bottom of the chart, but say 15. That might take it down to 15 or 16k. So the thing I was talking about before, where you get the 50% line, and the price it goes above is often reflected in the distance it goes below. If that played out, that would take us down to between 15 and 16k, say 15 and a half. At the moment it seems very unlikely, but then when we get towards the probable market low in like September or October of this year, it might start to seem like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's gonna hit that. That just could be the low. But then it's all like, a big reaction rebound up from there, and positivity, yay, and so on. So yeah, anyway, that's that really. I could go on about that, but you kind of get the idea. But actually one thing I suppose, if the price did drop down but not that far, then that's overall sort of positivity in it, because it would show strength in the market, because it didn't do the full reversal from that 50% line down. It instead kind of didn't come down as far, so that therefore it's going to head up more strongly in that sense. So that might be quite a good market read when we get to that. If it bottoms out not that far down, that could be a good sign of strength in the next bull market that sort of follows on, and therefore much higher highs maybe. So we'll have to see where the price does bottom out at. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we done? I think
so. Yeah.
So there's a few comments from Scotty that I might have missed actually, but talking about the Clarity Act. I mean, at some point that will get priced in, though, won't it? So,
which would be nice. Hope, yeah.
It will kind of get priced in. It'll get priced in, and then it'll be an anticlimax when it happens. That's what normally happens, isn't it, with these things?
Well, yeah. If it gets priced in, that means we would see the price not kind of dropping down to this sort of depths that we were talking about just there. So, excuse me. So I think that's also what it might well mean, that the sort of lows that we might expect to see in a bear market, we may not see just because the price didn't head up, so we don't quite have the same sort of structure in place for like major lows versus just quite bad lows. So Aussie, I think the October Binance dump spooked off retail, perhaps. There was a bunch of that, I think. It wasn't good timing, was it? With the AI tech stocks and so on, and obviously gold and silver pumping and so on. It's just, why the hell would I put my money into Bitcoin? Said retail, I expect, at the time.
Yeah, £1 XTP, that'd be nice, Scotty, wouldn't it? Not just yet, I don't think. Sorry about that.
Bit of building to go on yet, isn't there?
If you get a chance, please look at blockchaincenter.net. The BTC rainbow chart shows what I mean. Whole bun rigs.
Could have a look.
Do you want to do that?
Or do you want to?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Quadzilla. We haven't mentioned mentioned it a lot, but if you also want Quadzilla to be gyrating meaningfully on your chart, you can get Quadzilla's premium indicator, and it just makes your trades insanely profitable and consistent, I'm sure. I have to add that last bit just to try and cover us a bit, but yeah, it's quite just uncannily accurate and consistent with it too, and pays for itself very, very quickly. So on the yearly plan, that would work out as €70 a month, which is £60, and whatever it is in dollars, I can't remember, but not that far off. On the monthly, it's €95 per month, or £80, and in either case, as I say, it just pays for itself super duper fast, and just go get it. As I say, it'll pay for itself maybe in the first trade, quite likely, and while the bear market is on, then it's a good way to still make money from crypto and other assets you can trade as well. So with that said, where are we looking? So is it
blockchaincenter.net?
All right. Should I start typing? Blockchaincenter.net.
Oh, Centra.
Huge domains. Oh, shall I buy it? Is it? Maybe it's the. Is it the US spelling?
Yeah. If it was only £10, I would have bought it.
It's a good name. .net. Is this the one? The Bitcoin rainbow chart shows what I mean. Where'd the Bitcoin rainbow chart? Is it in an obvious place? You might say, first of all, is this the right website? And then where do we click? Oh, here we go. I just need to scroll down. What's the difference in that one? Do you want Bitcoin rainbow chart or Bitcoin rainbow chart, or flipping in, dipping ins? Should I zoom in a bit just to make it? Come on. Why doesn't want to zoom in? Oh, there you go. It's just very slow. Hello, Clive Sinclair. So on here.
So is this? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Bitcoin is dead. Currently, Bitcoin is dead. It says. Should I zoom back out a bit again, just to get the data in there as well. So,
these things work until they don't, and
yeah.
And then when it doesn't work, no one will talk about it anymore.
So what's yeah? When is the next one? What is that? 2028. Okay. What's it trying to tell us? That
I think.
I mean, what happens if the price drops below the rainbow?
Well, it's like I'm saying, like, that just means people won't talk about it anymore,
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know, I don't like these sort of things, because it's like, oh, right, we can't draw a straight line, so let's draw a curved line. Okay, let's draw a curved line on top of it. Oh, look, the two curved lines follow the path of the price. So let's just colour it in like a rainbow. So, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me, really, to be honest.
Sure. I mean, we talk about like the price potentially bottoming out to a absolutely awful, like 14 or 15, maybe 16k. If that 50% thing kind of worked out at as it well might, then that would bring it. That'd be well below the rainbow. That'd be there. You never hear songs that are like somewhere under the rainbow. We want it to go over the rainbow, if anything. So, yeah. I mean, I don't want to kind of be too down on that, because I thank you for posting that and bringing it to our attention. But so. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but yeah, it's I've always really liked the Bitcoin rainbow chart, in the sense that kind of like, when was that, back here, I was looking at this and like, oh, it's going up, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to like retire next week, and go and live on I was going to say live on an island, but that's got connotations these days, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to go and live on a continent, So yeah, so yeah, so I don't know. It's it looks like a propaganda chart, to be honest. So yeah, if anything, it's suggesting that, I don't know. I was going to say it's suggesting that things are looking pretty bloody terrible. So, because if that, where did it get to? 120? Yeah, it was 126. If it got to there, everyone is expecting it to kind of get to there, really, wouldn't they? All of those predictions, 200k, 300k, and so on. We expect it to get to there. The distance. Oh, there it went over the rainbow. Okay. Probably when. I wonder if this chart existed then, but each time is what it's showing us actually is diminishing returns. That got the highest above the rainbow. That just touched the top of the rainbows, kind of. That one nowhere near. That one just not even, like, almost like off the chart. Well, the next one's going to be off the rainbow. We'll see a top of don't know. It'll be in the rainbow, I think, the next top, but it's not going to be 1.5 million. That's for sure.
There's a Dutch fella called Coin Baron who talks about
Sorry, just
what?
Monocled Coin Baron the Third or whatever. Just
He's quite funny actually. He's got a very weird accent, like, as do Dutch people, but and he talks about crypto.com quite a lot, and he'd been talking about the, I don't know how you get it, but there's a CRO rainbow chart, and he'd been looking at it for like the last sort of 18 months, saying like, yeah, this means that the end of 2025 CRO is definitely going to be like $1. Well, of course it's like 7 cents now, and so the other day somebody said, what happened, how's CRO looking on the rainbow chart, and he went, well, it's not, because it's broken. And so that's what happens. It's just like, well, it didn't work out, so
just quite quietly shelve that one. Just
I won't talk about that anymore. And
yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, I was just going to very quickly mention, probably to wrap up, I think, quickly mention this. So Maftopia on YouTube and X, do follow on X, that'd be greatly appreciated. So this is all kind of like science and technology news and things, and I would point out there hasn't been a new video for over a week, and it's meant to be like almost daily with the updates, so apologies for that. There's I created a 10-minute video, and I was kind of getting into the editing of it, and then just kind of rejected it. I thought this is terrible. I think I did the bulk of the recording on a bit of an off day, and so there was just no charisma whatsoever. It's all just kind of, Samsung has announced the release of their next phone, and it's job, so just threw that one away. So I'm kind of doing a bit of recording of just new stuff, really, more up to date news and so on, and interesting stuff. And so that I'm planning for that one to be out this weekend. So do look out for that, and please, just spat, lovely. Please do get subscribed on that, because that'd be great. That's it, really.
Okay, right.
Close on that page, I guess. A bit more on topic,
There you go. Anyway, so Ozzy was saying, the rainbow chart means buy, and I said, buy. So anyway,
yeah.
Kaz can't imagine a no charisma math. There you go.
Well, if I'd put out that video, then you wouldn't have had to imagine. Or try to. You'd have seen it.
Can't you put it as like Maftopia bloopers or something?
Could do. Yeah. Actually, yeah, maybe. Yeah. If you're really interested, I could put it out as just a private, just link only sort of thing.
Or you could give it like a title, like the worst video I've made so far, and see what engagement you get,
Well, the trouble is people might disagree. So well, no, I think this one he put out the week before was much worse.
Oh right, yeah, but they might comment, might you never know, it might be the thing that might make your channel explode,
It's a good point. Yeah. Would try and be a bit more controversial, definitely. Yeah.
What you
not
should
to
do,
the extent that I get banned. Yeah.
What you should do is put it out, and then sort of like, or even do like a reaction video of your own video, so you're there like commenting on it, sort of going like, you can stop it and say like, I don't know what I'm talking about there, or something like that.
Yeah.
And actually make it
I can Asmongold my own video or something. Just
yeah, and you could aim it at like YouTube creators or something like that, and might be quite funny actually. I don't know. Might be able to be used as well. Anyway, just to say, by the way, the Bitcoin has come down to that level we were talking about, the 66.5, but even so, on the 12-minute, it's still not showing any signs of turning round just yet. So
we're in the kind of I don't know, the biological pond soup of green in here. Oh wow, it really has dropped. Wow, okay.
So
that that's interesting in itself, because actually maybe related. I don't know. So Scottish is saying, breaking US Q4 GDP came in at 1.4%. Expect. Oh wow, things are not looking good for the US economy, are they? Because yesterday, wasn't it, the jobless claims? I claim to be jobless, and that came in higher than expected. So I suppose it stands to reason the GDP therefore is going to be. There's obviously a link, but that is a big thing of difference. So I wonder if it's related to that, or if that is just chart dynamics in action as they do at the moment. Because so the kind of read that we can get from that is that so looking at this on the 30-minute, because this has its own set of just Quadzilla retracement things going on here. The price was going to come down to there and hopefully bounce. When it did there on the first candle, it actually did. Came down to that level, bounced, but then just plummeted through it. So severe weakness is what we can read from that. So the probability should have been it would come down to here, bounce, maybe slightly below, and then head back up. It didn't. And so, yeah, major weakness. The other part of it is on here, just we're in the lower 50% of that retracement channel. Retracement channel, and the price is making its way up to the fair value level there. You'd have expected it to maybe like break above and then maybe bounce a couple of times off that and then head on up. Didn't even get close to it. So weakness again. But that's on 30-minute. Other time frames may tell a slightly different story, but that's telling a bit of a story in its own right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've now got a super up on the 1 minute and the 3 minute, but the 12 minutes still looking 12 minutes still looking down. So
it's gonna. Actually, what I might do, I'll just.
So I wouldn't jump in just yet.
Look at the 1 minute. Zowie. Yeah.
So that's looking quite grim. If you look at the 3 minute, you'll see it's just come down to a retracement level quite nicely as well.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Okay. And we've also got a super up there, but I'd really want to see something on the 12. That's the kind of way I work, really. I want to see some sort of confidence between the 1, 3, and 12.
Yeah,
to try and catch
do the split screen thing that you're talking about, or that you showed earlier with the 3.
To try and catch a falling knife, really. But
anyway. It's looking that way at the moment. It says on the 12. That level might remain significant. Oh, it's coming down to it. It virtually touched off that retracement level. If I actually let me just switch to just a different chart. So I'll do some different just drawings. Vandalize it with my drawing. Actually, yeah, this is pre-vandalized, so I'll just get rid of those. If I put in something like that. I didn't actually want that. Oh well, that's fine. So extension from there. Like so, bounce right off it, mate, and it's it's now come up almost to that price bottom there, isn't it? So I'd say there's something going on there in terms of the price confidence, because there's also that retracement level. So between that one and that one, they kind of marked out a range, so you could kind of draw in a parallel channel between that level and that level, there and up. So maybe a bit more. So that fair value level, their price needs to sort of obviously get above it. well, it's above it. Sorry, my bad. So if it can get back up that level, then so what's that at? That's at 66.6, and yeah, so I should go to the 1 minute for that.
Tell you what, I didn't do bad there. What did I said 66.5 and it went down to about 66.44.
Whoa, okay, that's about as
Let's go back
good
up
as it
now.
gets, really.
Yeah, you see, that's why you come here every day. You see, you know.
In fact, I was going to say it lines up with that 50%, but it doesn't. But it's close. So that's 66.5. It's interesting. It paused at that level, which suggests that there were some open orders just there, or some forced closures. So first of all, that was a bit of resistance. Now, funnily enough, it's turned into support, because it kind of wicks down and touched that extended retracement level, really. So yeah, it's going to be, it'll hit resistance again there. You could draw a line across, I guess, and so on up at each of those. So I mean, that one as well. Probably draw in like a, just maybe sort of that, really, isn't it? Like midway through those. Well, maybe that isn't even a line. That probably should be a box, but whatever. So what do you reckon? Head on up? Is that local bottom?
I still want to see something on the 12-minute, but it's looking good to me. I mean, starting to get like a trend shield on the 3-minute.
Okay.
As well as a super up. So see what happens when that trend shield disappears.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of hoping by then that the 12-minute might be showing something. You see, the thing is, what I was saying about the 21 and 55 EMAs crossing on the 12-minute, that actually happened about half an hour before the dump, you know. So
yeah,
it was kind of like looking like that was going to happen anyway. So there you go, predicting the future.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a bit of a dodgy trend line I put in there, but it's kind of what I was talking about before, like the skewer going through the center of the price action. It's kind of a roving point of control on a downward trend. So also, yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of repeating a bit of what we talked about at the start now, but the price kind of bounced off that, came down a little bit, it broke below, went up by roughly the same amount. Well, in fact, did that as it came down to. Again, that bounced down onto it, well away from that now. But if that trend continues, it would drop down to kind of there, wouldn't it? And around there. And maybe if that did happen, it would drop down by the amount it went up from the line, probably. So like if it went up by 3.6%, so by the time it gets down there, be there, so go down, if I left enough room. Yeah, 3.6 percent would be 62.6k if that did happen. I'm not saying it will, but you know, if you start to see that happening, you'd expect a price drop to there, maybe, to keep that symmetry.
Just starting to get a little green flash of a green bar on the 12-minute. So might do a little bounce from here.
Yeah, I could see it. It feels like it needs to. It ought to, because it had that major sort of rejection wick there, just bounce off that retracement level, and so and then found support in that next retracement level up. I feel like there ought to be a setting in Quadzilla to have like just extended retracement levels or something. I don't but it would do it a bit selectively, you know.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, sort of maximize.
It's just because they do end up remaining relevant an awful lot of the time. That level, the retracement level, kind of, I guess it stopped there. It had done its thing, but then it continued to be resistance along through there, drop below it there, and then again there is support on that next candle, and same again, just price came down and touched right off it, and that bearish level there obviously continued to be relevant as well. So yeah, a good bit of thought to that anyway.
Okay.
So yeah,
brilliant.
Really am done now. Need to go. So
okay, no worries. Look, thank you everyone for coming along today. Have a brilliant weekend. We'll be back on Monday as per usual. I'll probably do a few videos and stuff over the weekend. In fact, I went a bit mad last weekend. I did loads actually, so expect something similar. I'm going to do a video later on today about Zoid Pay. It's quite interesting. There's a French guy called Ticapo who's done a thing like a viral marketing idea for it, which looks really cool. I actually think as well, I think we could apply a similar system for marketing Quadzilla as well. So yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I'll do that probably later today, and I'll obviously let you know when it's out on Discord and X and everything like that. So please do make sure you are following all the social links in the description down below, and yeah, or whatever. But yeah, thanks for everyone for coming along. Do obviously get Quadzilla if you haven't got it already. Join the Discord anyway, savercrypto.org/Discord. Links are in the description. It's free to join the Discord. We've got loads of good things happening there, you know, offers on exchanges and everything like that. It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Kaz, yeah, often. Okay.
Oh, yeah, bring that up.
Wicked.
Often, so the retracement levels, just stretch them on out. Some proviso view. Yeah, I think there's some little kind of like quality of life improvements that could be made there. I think it'd be useful. I think. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Better go before math turns into a pumpkin. And
Yeah.
and just for the record,
Fired,
I've actually just gone into a little long trade actually. So you know,
talking of pumpkins, I've gone into a long trade.
Oh yeah. All right. Can you all do us a massive favour? Can you click like on the way out and make sure you are subscribed and all that sort of stuff and all that good stuff? And see you soon, eh? Right. Take care. Bye.
Cheers.
Oh.